Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that originated in the 3rd century BCE during the Hellenistic period, was founded by Zeno of Citium. Despite its long history, its ideas and principles still resonate with us today. Stoicism is more than just a philosophy, it is a way of life that teaches us how to maintain calm and wisdom in a chaotic and uncertain world. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies the concept of virtue. Stoics believe that virtue is the only path to true happiness. Happiness isn't about external wealth, power, or fame, it's about inner peace and contentment, which can only be achieved through the practice of virtue. Stoicism views 4 core virtues, wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, as essential guides in life, each representing how we handle life's challenges. Prudence is the ability to make sound decisions, requiring us to discern right from wrong and avoid impulsive actions. Justice emphasizes fairness and reminds us to respond to others with virtue. Courage is not just bravery in the face of danger but also steadfastness when dealing with inner fears and moral dilemmas. Temperance teaches us to control our desires and maintain inner balance, resisting external temptations. These virtues are not distant ideals but practical behaviors we can apply every day. For Stoics, virtues are not just moral pursuits but practical tools that help us stay resolute and calm in the face of setbacks and challenges. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness you seek is not in the external world but within your own mind." In our upcoming exploration, we'll delve into how Stoic virtues can help us find inner peace and happiness in today's complex world. If you're seeking a philosophy that can guide you in personal growth and facing challenges, this video will reveal the wisdom and power of Stoicism. Before we dive in, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our content. This video is for those who want to use philosophical thinking to enhance their lives, and I believe you'll find the answers you're looking for here. In Stoicism, self-awareness is seen as the key to achieving virtue. It's more than just an awareness of our inner world, it's an ongoing process of introspection and reflection. Through self-awareness, we gain a deeper understanding of our emotions, motivations, and actions, allowing us to identify our inner moral strengths and weaknesses. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that self-awareness is foundational to our interactions with the world. Only when we truly understand ourselves can we make choices aligned with virtue. This awareness isn't merely superficial observation, it's a profound self-examination, an honest and clear assessment of our inner selves. It helps us dissect our desires, fears, and biases, revealing the internal barriers that obstruct our pursuit of virtue. As Epictetus said, it is not things themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of those things. This highlights the importance of self-awareness. Our reactions to the world often depend more on our internal state than on external circumstances. Through self-awareness, we can identify these internal distortions and avoid making erroneous judgments based on flawed perceptions. However, self-awareness is not always easy. We often fall into the trap of self-deception, believing we understand ourselves more than we actually do. Stoic philosophers warn us of the fine line between self-awareness and self-deception. Only through continuous introspection and honest self-dialogue can we avoid moral confusion. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "When you turn inward, you will find everything ready, calmness, reason, endurance, everything depends on how you regard yourself." Modern psychology also underscores the role of self-awareness in personal growth. Research shows that people with high self-awareness manage their emotions better, handle relationships more effectively, and are more likely to achieve their personal goals. The Stoic concept of self-awareness aligns well with these modern psychological findings, encouraging us to enhance our moral standards through introspection. So, how can we apply the Stoic concept of self-awareness to contemporary life? First, we need to develop a habit of daily self-reflection, examining our thoughts and actions. Second, we should learn to pause in challenging situations and ask ourselves, is this true? Is this rational? By doing so, we not only gain a better understanding of ourselves but also move closer to practicing virtue in every aspect of our lives. In modern society, the virtues of Stoic philosophy continue to hold substantial practical value. Wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance are not just ancient ideals but can also serve as guiding principles in navigating today's complex world. Prudence is one of the foundational virtues in Stoic philosophy, embodying deep insight and sound judgment. Wisdom is not just about accumulating knowledge but also about applying it effectively in action. It demands that we rely not just on intuition but also on rational analysis to make the best decisions in complex situations. In today's world, where information is abundant and circumstances constantly shift, wisdom becomes crucial. For instance, when facing ethical decisions at work, wisdom helps balance short-term gains with long-term impacts, considering the effects on individuals, organizations, and society at large. A truly wise person not only weighs personal gains but also looks at the broader perspective to make decisions that benefit the greater good. Additionally, wisdom is reflected in how we manage our time and energy, prioritizing what truly matters and staying focused amid life's distractions. This kind of wisdom allows us to remain centered and effectively achieve our goals in a busy life. Justice as a social virtue is central to Stoic philosophy. Stoics believe that justice is not merely about adhering to laws and social norms but is also an internal moral obligation that requires us to treat others fairly in all circumstances. On a personal level, justice means upholding principles of equality and respect in all interactions, regardless of social status or background. This applies not only to friends and family but also to strangers and competitors. For example, in a business environment, justice demands that we pursue profit while also considering the welfare of employees, customers, and the community. On a broader societal level, justice involves addressing social inequalities and advocating for those who are disadvantaged. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius viewed justice as the foundation of social stability and personal happiness, asserting that a society lacking justice cannot sustain individual well-being. By practicing justice, we not only foster more harmonious relationships but also contribute to building a fairer society. Courage is an indispensable virtue when facing life's challenges. Stoicism teaches that courage is not only about facing physical dangers but also about demonstrating resilience in psychological and moral contexts. Courage means remaining calm and steadfast in the face of fear, uncertainty, and pressure. For example, in the workplace, courage might involve speaking out against unfair treatment and defending one's rights and dignity, even if it involves risks. Courage also manifests in making difficult choices between moral principles and practical pressures in significant life decisions. Solutions rather than being overwhelmed by fear. Historical figures like Winston Churchill and Martin Luther King Jr. exemplify this moral courage, standing firm in their beliefs and fighting for justice and freedom under immense pressure and threats. Additionally, courage is a vital force in confronting personal fears and anxieties. When facing personal challenges, such as unemployment, illness, or loss, courage helps us persevere and seek solutions rather than being overwhelmed by fear. Temperance is another highly regarded virtue in Stoic philosophy, concerning self-control and inner balance. In today's world of abundant material goods and constant temptations, temperance is especially significant. Stoicism teaches that temperance is not just about restraining material desires but is also an overall attitude toward life, helping us find balance between pursuing desires and maintaining inner tranquility. Temperance is evident in how we manage our wants and resist external pressures. For instance, in an era of rampant consumerism, temperance can guide us to make more rational consumption choices rather than blindly following trends. It prompts us to consider, what do we truly need? How can we maintain simplicity and inner peace while meeting basic needs? Additionally, temperance applies to emotional management, helping us control impulsive reactions and avoid regrettable decisions driven by temporary anger or frustration. Stoic philosophers believe that temperance is key to maintaining inner calm and happiness because controlling our desires and emotions allows us to truly master our lives. By practicing these virtues, we can find balance and happiness in our personal lives and make a positive impact in the broader society. The Stoic concept of virtue offers a powerful moral framework that helps us stay calm and resolute in the face of life's challenges. Whether in the complex modern world or our daily choices, these virtues can serve as our guiding principles. Today, the virtues of Stoic philosophy remain deeply relevant to contemporary ethics. With advancements in technology and social progress, the moral dilemmas we face have become increasingly complex, often challenging traditional ethical views. However, Stoic virtues continue to offer a stable and powerful moral framework. Stoics believe that virtue is the only path to true happiness, notion closely aligned with modern ethical principles that emphasize morality above all else. Whether in public life or private affairs, the core virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance can guide us to make rational and ethical choices when confronted with complex moral challenges. In a society that highly values individual success, maintaining virtue can be especially challenging. Modern definitions of success often equated with wealth, status, and power, goals that sometimes conflict with the practice of virtue. How can we uphold our moral principles in the face of such societal pressures and temptations? Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius argue that true success is not found in external achievements but in inner peace and moral integrity. Guided by this perspective, we can pursue personal goals while remaining committed to justice, temperance, and courage. For instance, in the workplace, we might face the temptation to compromise personal values for career advancement. Stoicism reminds us that short-term success cannot provide lasting satisfaction. Only by adhering to virtue can we achieve inner tranquility and genuine happiness. This mindset helps us stand firm in our moral principles, resisting the superficial allure of societal success. With the acceleration of globalization, cultural collisions and integration have become a regular part of our lives. In this global context, Stoic virtues are especially pertinent. People from diverse cultural backgrounds hold unique values and moral perspectives, which can sometimes lead to misunderstandings and conflicts. The virtues promoted by Stoicism, particularly justice and temperance, offer universally applicable moral standards that help us maintain respect and understanding in cross-cultural interactions. For example, in international business, differing national corporate cultures and ethical standards may vary significantly, but by practicing justice and temperance, we can honor the other culture while upholding our own moral beliefs, achieving mutually beneficial cooperation. Additionally, the Stoic virtue of wisdom encourages us to approach different cultures with an open mind, seeking to learn and understand rather than hastily judging or rejecting. This attitude not only fosters successful cross-cultural exchanges but also helps us find common moral ground in a multicultural world, leading to more harmonious global cooperation. Clearly, the virtues of Stoic philosophy remain highly adaptable and instructive. Whether dealing with the temptations of personal success or navigating cross-cultural exchanges in a globalized world, Stoic virtues provide a lasting moral compass that helps us maintain inner peace and moral integrity in a complex and ever-changing world. Practicing virtue involves translating the theoretical principles of Stoic philosophy into actionable behaviors in daily life. Self-reflection and self-awareness are crucial starting points in this process. By reflecting on our daily actions and decisions, we can identify which behaviors align with the standards of virtue and which need improvement. One effective method is keeping a journal. Stoic philosophers suggest setting aside time each day to record your actions, thoughts, and emotions. This practice not only helps us gain a clearer understanding of our strengths and weaknesses but also allows us to set higher moral standards for future behavior. Journaling serves not only as a review of the past but also as a guide for the future, aiding us in gradually cultivating and strengthening virtue. Self-assessment is another vital tool for practicing virtue. Regularly evaluating ourselves helps us understand our moral progress or setbacks. This can be achieved by asking a series of questions, such as, did I show courage when facing challenges today? And, did I practice justice and temperance in my interactions with others? This method allows us to continually improve in our daily lives and provide specific directions for enhancement. Through conscious self-assessment, we can gradually internalize virtues, making them a natural part of our behavior and decision-making. However, practicing virtue inevitably comes with challenges. One common obstacle is the influence of the social environment. Today's society is rife with pressures and temptations that can lead us astray from moral paths. For instance, workplace competition might encourage us to ignore justice or temperance in favor of short-term gains at others' expense. Stoic philosophy offers a powerful tool for these challenges, maintaining an internal moral center. Stoics emphasize focusing on what we can control, upholding our internal moral standards, and not being swayed by external temptations and pressures. By using this approach, we can remain steadfast in our moral principles despite a complex social environment. Self-doubt is another significant challenge, particularly in the early stages of practicing virtue. Many people may question their abilities and judgments when faced with moral decisions, worrying whether their choices genuinely align with the standards of virtue. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus teach us not to be defeated by self-doubt but to build confidence through persistent practice and self-reflection. Stoic philosophy asserts that true virtue is not achieved overnight but is accumulated through continuous practice and improvement. Every moral choice is an opportunity to learn and helps us steadfastly walk the path of virtue. In real life, we can see many successful examples of practicing Stoic virtues. For instance, an entrepreneur facing ethical challenges in business might choose to uphold fair competition and honesty, even if it means sacrificing short-term profits. Through self-reflection and assessment, this individual solidifies their moral stance and ultimately builds a reputation for integrity and honesty within the industry. Another example might be a teacher who, despite facing various student needs, consistently provides equal opportunities and attention to all students without bias due to social or cultural prejudices. Through journaling and setting moral goals, this teacher continually reflects on and improves their teaching methods, embodying Stoic justice and wisdom in education. Overall, practicing virtue is not a smooth journey but one filled with challenges and trials. However, through daily self-reflection, self-assessment, and steadfast moral beliefs, we can gradually cultivate and strengthen virtue, becoming true Stoics. In navigating the complexities of real life, Stoic virtues provide a lasting and powerful guide, helping us continually advance on the path of morality. Throughout our exploration, self-awareness has remained at the heart of moral development. By deeply understanding ourselves, we can clearly identify our strengths and weaknesses, which allows us to continuously improve morally. Self-awareness helps us comprehend our actions, motivations, and emotions, providing a path for ongoing growth. Stoic philosophy teaches that true virtue isn't just reflected in our outward actions but in our inner moral standards and beliefs. Through self-awareness, we can examine and adjust these inner beliefs to align more closely with the standards of virtue. Self-awareness is not just a tool for personal growth but a crucial method for achieving virtue. Stoics believe that inner peace and happiness can only be attained through the practice of virtue, which is rooted in a profound understanding of oneself. Without self-awareness, it's challenging to truly master our lives and to remain morally steadfast in the face of challenges and temptations. Therefore, self-awareness is foundational to achieving virtue and happiness. Through ongoing self-reflection, we gain clarity about our path, make choices aligned with virtue, and ultimately achieve moral elevation. Practicing Stoic virtues is not only a personal responsibility but also a contribution to society. In a world full of change and challenges, personal moral development carries significant social importance. When each of us uses self-awareness to practice and strengthen virtues, we not only improve ourselves but also contribute to societal harmony and progress. Stoic philosophy reminds us that moral growth is not an isolated endeavor but is closely connected to the well-being of the entire society. By persistently reflecting on ourselves, we can continually reinforce virtue, making it the core of our actions and achieving genuine moral development both personally and socially. Self-awareness is a long-term journey that requires us to constantly examine and challenge ourselves. Along this path, we will face challenges, doubts, and even failures, but these experiences make us stronger and more resolute. Through continuous self-reflection, we can make steady progress on our moral journey, ultimately reaching the virtuous life advocated by Stoic philosophy. In this process, we not only discover inner strength but also find a sense of inner peace and fulfillment. This peace and satisfaction come not just from external success but from internal moral refinement and spiritual growth. Before we wrap up this video, I'd like to leave you with some thoughts. Stoic philosophy teaches us about inner strength, and through constant self-reflection and the practice of virtues, we can find true peace and happiness in this challenging world. If these ideas resonate with you and you wish to further practice them in your life, join us on this journey. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We'll continue to bring you more content on self-improvement and philosophical thinking. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.